In this video, I'll be looking at the quality of this set to determine whether or not it's worth the price point. So this was given to me from my honest review, and let's get started. The first thing I noticed was the smell. So it does have a pine sort of scent to it. So that tells me that it's probably legitimate wood. Overall, the box doesn't have any major imperfections. There was a slight nick here or there, but it's not something I would even really recognize if I wasn't doing a review and like scrutinizing this product. So overall, I think that it looks great. And a lot of times when you buy wood products, it's not going to always have that homogeneous appearance. It's going to have some deviations to it. So my personal opinion of the overall quality of the box is that it looks pretty good. Now, the box without the contents was pretty lightweight. I was actually kind of shocked at the fact that it was only roughly 2 pounds. I don't really see that as a bad thing. It was just an interesting observation. So you're going to receive all these different things in your box. You're going to receive the 2 glasses. You're going to get coasters, the decanter, the tongs, the stones, and you're going to get these whiskey cards. So the whiskey cards were interesting because if you are not a bartender, you may not know offhand how to make some of those more common drinks. And what I liked about the cards is that they're bound together by a piece of twine, so you could easily hang this up in your bar area. And then the cards themselves, they're not laminated, but it does appear to have some sort of coating on the cards so that if you do get it a little wet, you don't have to be concerned with the ink running. Now, here's a closer look at the whiskey stones. These are going to be used instead of ice so that they don't water down your beverages. They were all uniform. There were no major nicks or scrapes on these cubes. These are pretty lightweight, but they're still pretty hard. So although it says that they won't scratch the glasses, I would definitely take it easy when you're adding these to your whiskey glasses. There is a little instruction card telling you how to use these. You're going to freeze these in the little velvet bag that's going to come in your kit. And it also tells you how long to keep it in the freezer and how many cubes to use based on the size of your drink. The slate coasters are also pretty nice in my opinion. They have that etched inscription of Royal Reserve right on there. But the edges of the coaster have a natural bevel look, or I don't know what you would really call that, but it just has a little character to it. It also has the non-slip grips on the bottom, so if there's a little condensation or anything like that, it'll help prevent from tipping your drinks over. I will say that these are pretty sharp, so if you have small children around, I would be careful with these. They can do some damage, I think, on the side. So you also get these tongs. Really, there's not too much to say about them. They have that silicone cap on there, and they're pretty easy to maneuver. I mean, if you have stiff hands or something like that, it may be a little tough, but I think overall it's not that serious. So if you're a big whiskey drinker, you know how important it is to have a good seal so that your whiskey won't oxidize and evaporate. So I did test out the seal with this lid and the decanter, and it was a pretty tight fit. The glass is heavy duty and appears to be pretty solid quality. I don't see how this would easily break unless you are being careless with it. I mean, obviously these are my first impressions, but you can see this is weighing in at over 3 pounds with no liquid inside. So that tells you just about how heavy duty this set is. So overall, I think I would rate this on a scale of 1 to 10, probably a solid 9. Only time will tell how well it will hold up, but there were no red flags that would, to me, make it seem as though this wouldn't hold up over time. Now, again, I wouldn't be using this product every day. If you're somebody who's going to be using this on a regular basis, if you're running a bar or something like that, maybe your experience with it will be different. But overall, I would recommend this product.